guys, and welcome to the MD Investor Inaugural Channel. That's right, first time. Been thinking about this for a while, but finally decided to pull the trigger. MD Investor. That's right, the MD suggests I am a physician, I'm a doctor, that's my day job, but this channel right now is not going to be talking about medications or antibiotics. No. We're going to talk about investing. We're talking about passive income. We're talking about getting out of debt. And we're talking about making our money, make money so we can live the good life. Okay, a little background about me. My name is Wayne Abrahams. I'm a physician like the MD suggests. Went to school for many years, as you would imagine. Went to college here, we did that, and we did medical school, we did residency, took a lot of loans, took a lot of debt. As a matter of fact, we probably totaled up about 6 figures of debt. Graduated after finishing all the tests. Income went from here to here. Started living the good life. Moved out of the apartment. Went to a nice townhouse, me and the wife. Started living some nice vacations, nice cruises. Went to the Caribbean. Went to Europe, and just having a good time. After such a long time of delayed gratification, we finally decided, you know what, we need to splurge a little. Started leasing cars, multiple cars. Like I said, just having a good life. Saved about 10% of my income. We invested in a 401k. Just like everybody else. Call up the human resource department and say, okay, we want to invest, and they're like, okay, check here, sign here. Okay, boop, boop, boop. We did that, and we just basically was doing like what everybody else was doing. So kind of reviewing and going back. Looking back now after all these years of reading books and, looking at different YouTube channels and blogs, and just realized, man, they got us good. What do you mean? I mean, we did exactly what they wanted to do, Became an employee, W-2 employee, paying a lot of taxes, leasing cars, not saving a lot of money. And just in our mind, we're planning to work until 65, right? That's what the government says. 62 for a woman, 65 for a man, and just give up, give up our life. We did exactly what they wanted us to do. So let's look at some of the mistakes, what we can learn from. One, I wish I would have started investing from high school. What are you talking about? Yeah, 17, 18 years old. You always see this stuff on YouTube, these little videos they'll do, and they'll say $100 per month invested in an S&P 500 index fund, yielding 8 to 10%. Over 40 years, you'll end up with, $1.5 million or whatever. And you're like, wow, that's cool. But, those days have passed me. However, that's part of what this channel's about. It's not about this day that passed me. It's not too late. That's one thing I've learned. Not too late. 2, I wish I would have stayed in the apartment when my income went up, paid off the debt, stayed in the apartment, paid that because the rent in the apartment was a lot cheaper than a mortgage in a new house. And that difference would have been excess money we have to pay off the debt. We would have knocked out our student loan and credit card, and in a couple of years, it would have been very aggressive. Instead of leasing cars, I wish I would have bought maybe a 1 or 2 year old car like Dave Ramsey teaches, which would have been fine, or automobile to get us around. And I wish I would have waited to buy the house. Yes, I know it's the American dream and so on and so forth, but I wish I would have waited till I was like financially stronger. I wish I would have saved more. They said 10% is enough, but we know it's not enough. 10% is enough if you want to work until you're 65. A lot of us don't want to work until they're 65. Some people want to retire earlier. I read a book that said retirement is not an age, it's a number. It's a concept that really blew my mind, because in my mind, when you think of retirement, you think of the silver here, go to Florida, 65 years old. That's what you think retirement means. But think about some sports athletes, like think of Michael Jordan. He's retired. Is he 65? No. Kobe Bryant, he's retired. Is he 65? No. These people are not 65, but we say, well, they're athletes, they're millionaires. Look at people who hit the lottery. The first thing is, well, I'm gonna quit my job. But you're not 65. And the concept has hit me that as long as you can live in the lifestyle you want and you have the money to afford it, you can retire. That's what the concept is. Retirement is not an age, it's a number. Because if you're 65 and you don't have enough to live off, guess what? You're gonna be at Walmart saying, hello, welcome to Walmart. So it's not an age, it's a number. Therefore, that's where the FIRE movement comes in. FIRE, financially independent, retire early. When you have a large enough income or large enough portfolio, You can live off the retirements, or you have multiple real estate properties, rental properties, and you can live off all the rents. Doesn't matter how old you are, you can retire. So that's kind of what I've been learning in these last, year or so, reading and studying. I wish I would have bought income generating properties earlier, or income generating assets, whether it be real estate or dividend paying stocks. Okay. Because like Robert Kiyosaki said, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, he said that an asset is something that puts money in your pocket every month. If you look at the dictionary, that might not be the definition, but I love what he said. He tell you that an asset is something that puts money in your pocket. Think about your car. Nice 600 Mercedes-Benz black with the tinted windows. You got the fat rims. You got all that. How much money does that put in your pocket every month? Probably nothing. And as a matter of fact, it probably takes money out of your pocket. It's a liability. What do you got to pay for? You got to pay for the insurance. You got to pay for the gas. You got to pay for the car wash. You got to pay for a lot of different things for the car you got to pay for. It takes money out of your pocket. Look at this house. They say your house is your biggest investment. Probably the biggest investment you'll make. And it's an asset. But according to Robert Kiyosaki, no. Why? Because every month, does this house put money in my pocket? Unless you're renting and somebody's paying you rental, that's the only way if you want to be an asset, put money in your pocket. Every month, mortgage, whether something breaks, the washing machine, the dishwasher, the toilet backs up, it takes money out of your pocket. So it's really not an asset. If you have a rental property, that's an asset because every month people are giving you, the tenants are giving you money. But where you live is really not an asset. I wish I would have invested in index funds earlier. Like I said before, we called up the human resources and you said, okay, give me this, give me this, I'll sign here. And you don't know exactly what you're investing in. And this kind of gets back to me about taking responsibility for our financial life. I spent many years and hours studying different books, biology, chemistry, physiology, and all this stuff. But when it comes to finances, no, not that much. I figure I'm not qualified, I'm not smart enough. Let the financial advisor handle it. But when I learned that the financial advisor was not looking out for my best interest, there's something I call a fiduciary responsibility, meaning they have the responsibility to look out for your best interest. They weren't looking out for my best interest, and most likely they're not looking out for your best interest either. They have something called actively managed funds, which means that you're paying the stock picker of this mutual fund to pick stock, winning stock that they think will do better. What I've learned is that they're not able to do it. They're not able to beat the market. They're not, over the long term, they're not able to beat the market. But we are paying them, and it's costing us. It's costing us blood and sweat and tears. It's costing us. For a long time, I wondered, how did my financial advisor get paid? I never gave him a check. He never asked me for money. If he's such a nice guy that he's actually working, volunteering to help me. But I realized that he gets you in actively managed funds. Every month, whatever you put in money in, a percentage of that, you'll go on the website and you'll see, they put the ticker symbol in and it'll tell you the expense ratio, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8%, whatever. You might say, this seems like a small number, but compared to a passively managed fund, which you can go to Vanguard and get 0.04% expense ratio, much lower. Compared to 0.8, 0.9, 1% is a huge, and over a 40-year investment career, that can make a difference between you ending up with a $1.2 million portfolio or a $600,000 portfolio. A difference of $600,000. So you could ask yourself, is my financial advisor worth 600 grand? The answer most likely is no. So after studying and learning and all this stuff, I've taken some actions. One, I've gotten rid of my investment advisor, gotten out of these actively managed funds because I realized they weren't working. There's a quick tidbit. Warren Buffett had a bet a couple years ago with a hedge fund, and he bet that they couldn't outperform the market over I think, the 10-year period. And the winner would get $1 million and you go to charity. And Warren Buffett beat them badly. And to me, it just reinforces what he's been teaching, what John Bogle from Boglehead and Vanguard have been teaching, that an index fund is probably the best way to go. Listen, we have regular day jobs. You got kids to teach baseball and teach them how to dribble. And you got a life to live. You can't spend all your time investing these individual stocks. We really can. And even if you do, it shows that you're not going to beat the market anyway. So why not go with a passive strategy where you can go and live your life, put your money in, and over long term, do very well. So that's what I'm doing now. Get rid of my investment advisor. Invested in index funds. Obviously, you gotta get rid of your credit card. You know that, right? Definitely gotta get rid of your credit card. So, guys, 10% is not enough to save. So this is where we are now, guys. Toward the end of this video, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Basically, the bottom line is you gotta get out of debt. Got to, right? If you're in debt, you ain't got no money to invest. You gotta live below your means, right? If you're living to the hilt, there's no cushion, there's no margin. So live below your means. Get out of debt, invest more than 10%, guys. We're gonna learn and grow together. We're gonna teach our children that they gotta work for every penny they got. We're gonna teach them about passive income. Guys, it's gonna be a fun ride, guys. So like I said, hit the notification button, and so you'll be notified when new content comes back, guys. Just remember, MD Investor, guys. Not about medication and antibiotics, but about investing. We'll see you guys later.